We've got the Grizzlies in Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee, against an Eastern Conference team here at the FedEx Forum. This is 2K Sports bringing you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan, calling the action with my broadcast partners Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. First game of this trip here for the Pistons. They're hoping to start it off with a W. It has not been an easy November for this team, dropping 5 games and with only 1 win here early in the season.
Well, I think for Detroit, they've got to take a step back and just try to pinpoint where things went south for them this season. They're in a tough spot.
But it's so hard to figure that out in the midst of the season, Clark. You got games coming night after night. There's just no time to figure it out. You just have to try to right the ship and get things moving.
Presented by State Farm. Let's take a look now at the Detroit Pistons opening lineup. In at forward is Tayshaun Prince and Jason Maxiell. Knight and Stuckey are manning the backcourt. And it's Monroe in at the center position. And for Memphis, Miracle Man in at shooting guard. Marc Gasol is out there with Arthur. That's Tony Allen. And it's Conley in at the 1 spot. So the Memphis Grizzlies able to put the first points up on the board.
Well, Lawrence Frank, head coach of the Pistons since last season. And before that, remember, he spent 7 years as the head coach of the Nets. Had a very competitive team there to start his career.
Now here is Conley. Fires from the wing. Tayshaun Prince with the rebound. And it's Detroit's ball. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
They don't have anything to be ashamed about from that game. It was a good effort from them all around. They just needed another break or two that just didn't happen.
Yeah, both teams can't win. It comes down to a play or two either way. I thought both deserved to win, but only one could.
Here's Miracle Man after the made shot from Greg Monroe. Arthur working against Maxiell. Passes it to Conley. Here's Miracle Man. 5 on the clock. Takes the 3. The shot no good. And the Pistons now going the other way.
And you talk about that tough team Lawrence Frank had in New Jersey. I mean, when he took that team over, they rattled off 13 straight wins. 6 of those were on the road consecutively. So both of those marks set records for a new head coach.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Lawrence Frank. He brought up Marc Gasol, a kind of sleeper player he thinks could give them trouble. Coach said he's a guy 7 foot plus. He's very skilled, can shoot and finish over either shoulder, and he doesn't shy away from contact. He's a guy you have to really pay attention to. And I've told our guys, we can't let him have a big game. Fellas, we'll see how they do against him.
All right, Doris, thank you very much.
Good luck trying to figure out how to defend this guy. It's a major order and hard to come up with an answer for him.
And how about the season Marc Gasol had a year ago, guys? He was terrific, made the All-Star team, excellent passer at the high post, but strong. Can really go down on the block and shoot that jump hook as well.
Clock is at 3. With the clock winding down, Monroe's shot is good. Monroe's got his second basket of the night.
He shouldn't be afraid to take that shot more often. He's solid from there.
He kicks it to Gasol. Here's Miracle Man. Back to Gasol. Feeds to Conley. Here's Miracle Man. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Miracle Man's got 7. And for Marc Gasol, 4 years younger than his 4-time All-Star brother Pau Gasol. He's entering his prime. And now he's on pretty equal footing, I think, Clark, with his older brother.
Well, he was the 48th pick back in 2007, and that's pretty strong company to be mentioned in with his brother Pau. So he's different. A bigger center. He's 7'1", 265, a little heavier, and seems to be more comfortable playing with his back to the basket.
Now, here's the fast break. Stuckey leading the way. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Look at Philadelphia. And, of course, the Detroit Pistons. Not really any threat right now, is their record showing a lot more losses.
For the Pistons, they've been as flat as they can be this season. it might be time not just for some lineup changes, but a major overhaul.
Yeah, you might be right, Clark, because you can see that there's no spark to this club. Nothing seems to be clicking. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some big changes.
You know, when you have the front court players that the Grizzlies have, there's no real reason why you would need to live beyond the arc. You want to play inside-out basketball, and Memphis knew this and rarely attempted threes. They actually were one of the teams that shot the fewest three-pointers in the league last year.
Good point.
Great screen there. It sprung him open, and he took advantage.
Here's Miracle Man. There's the dish to Gasol. Stolen by Monroe. And the shot is good from Stuckey.
A beautiful finesse move right there. I mean, you've got to love that finger roll finish.
Yeah, Clark, the Grizzlies were in the bottom 3 in terms of trays attempted last year. You're right on the money. And, Steve, they definitely played to their strengths as a team.
Well, I like that when a team recognizes their weaknesses and kind of tries to avoid them. But I think big picture-wise moving forward, Memphis has to get more shooting on the roster.
Now here's Arthur. 11 points for him in that last game against Toronto. Blocked. And here is Knight. Over Allen, and it's rejected. Monroe's shot is good. Monroe's got 6. Memphis trailing here. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And I thought their preferred weapon in that game was the three-point shot, Clark. They really used it well.
Steve, it looked like that was the plan coming into the game, and obviously it was the right one and well executed.
It's Prince on the wing, defended by Allen. That's good.
Yeah, no mistakes on the offensive execution there.
And the Pistons making a change here. Villanueva's checked in. Grizzlies have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Stuckey brings the double team. Down low. Can they get it? And stolen by Prince. Now here's the fast break. Stuckey leading the way.
And some instant offense coming for them after that steal.
Yeah, that's terrific, beautiful transition basketball. No chance at all for the defense to get back and set up.
Here's Miracle Man. What a tremendous game he played against Toronto. Back to Conley. There's the 3. Tayshaun Prince with the rebound. Prince has got his 3rd rebound tonight. The 8-footer, and it's blocked. Here's Miracle Man. Shot on the wing. Rodney Stuckey pulls it in.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Here's Knight. They grab their own miss. Kicks it to Villanueva. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
You can see where the Pistons rank in the league stats over these last 10 games now. 4th in lowest turnovers per game. 6th in free throw percentage. And they're in the top half of the league distributing the basketball as well. Not too shabby. Room for improvement, but acceptable.
To me, offense is all about getting...
And so it's Memphis with it. 7-point differential. And again, Memphis no good.
And total domination on the glass by them so far.
Well, the anticipation has been outstanding, exquisite. I mean, it seems like they've got an extra sense as to know where the ball is coming off.
It's been a pretty tough stretch for them.
Well, this is a really critical possession here, Kevin. It's essential that they put a stop to this run. You got to love what he's doing out there, guys. With his team down, he's personally trying to bring them back.
Dishes to Uredko. Shot is off. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Pistons team.
And this wasn't their most challenging opponent if you're talking about last year. They won both of these meetings. He's just been dominant, trying to dig his team out of the hole.
Now here's Bynum. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Stuckey. Backing him down. Shot clock at 6. Day kicks to Stuckey. Shoots over Bayless. Stuckey can't get it to go. And as Steve just pointed out, they did what you would have expected them in those two games. They took it to an opponent that had a very tough season.
And guys, sometimes it's really hard to predict what's going to happen in an East versus West matchup, no matter where the teams stand in their respective conferences. But this series went pretty much according to form.
Here's Day. That's in, coming off the assist from Bynum. And the Pistons lead by 1. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
I think both teams feel like they can win. They both have confidence. So we'll see which team can kind of ride the momentum and take control of this game.
Maxiel, the pass to Stuckey. Urebko. The feed to Day. Screen by Maxiel. Day dishes to Stuckey. Stuckey with another miss.
He's laboring out there right now, guys. The shot has not been falling for him this quarter.
And Bayless kicks to Spates. And the shot is good. 32 seconds left in the first. Here's Bynum. And good on the basket. Book it.
If he gets a glimpse of an opening, he's going to take it right to the rim.
Here's Miracle Man. He's guarded by Bynum. Here's Miracle Man. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Well, another uncontested three there. They've got to make some kind of an adjustment. I mean, they're giving up way too many open threes.
Well, the last 5 hoops, 3 have come off wide-open three-pointers, Clark. So it's one thing to give up one, but to start giving three-pointers up in bunches, you're in big trouble.
The Pistons shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Yeah, it's been an average year at the line for them so far this year, shooting about 75%.
Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Roten. Here's Miracle Man. And he drains it.
That's got to feel good, ending the quarter on a positive note.
Yeah, you would know that feeling well, my friend, wouldn't you?
And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Grizzlies out in front, leading by just 2.
2K Sports Magazine, the latest issue, is now available. The cover athlete, none other than Miracle Man, emerging as a star talent in the NBA.
Welcome back, folks. We have a clip. And Detroit has possession. On the floor for Detroit, Rodney Stuckey and Tayshaun Prince, the 2 wings. Charlie Villanueva out there at Greg Monroe. And it's Knight in at the point. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Hi, Kevin. Miracle Man in their last time out against the Raptors was simply terrific. He ended with an amazing number of points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. It was a performance for the ages, and one that will have the whole league talking.
Thanks, Doris, very much. I'm sure he's going to carry some of that great momentum, Clark, into tonight.
And that's the way it works, guys. A big game like that just carries over sometimes. We'll see.
Yeah, all of a sudden the rim looks big, everything seems to come easy, and your game just flows.
He feeds it to Gasol. Here's Miracle Man. 5 to shoot. From the arc. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
You know,
the Pistons have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter. Just under 50% shooting. Bynum with it. Conley picks him up. Doubled by Conley. Allen and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's the Pistons now. Allen against Bynum. Clock at 4. The pass to Prince. They get a hand on it. Here's Miracle Man. The 3. And the shot is good. Now it's a 4-point Grizzly lead. back to Detroit always seems to be their MO throughout the various sports. Get a solid core and grow out from there.
Yeah, it's called organic growth. You know, the Pistons really haven't made a big splash in free agency, at least in the NBA. The Pistons have always gathered their talent through the draft, and that's worked for them.
Here's English. Here's Villanueva. The second chance bucket is good. Villanueva's got his first points in this one.
This game very well could come down to a few possessions, and if that's the case, rebounding could play large.
Yeah, in a close game like this one, securing the ball is so vital. You know, you look at Lionel Hollins.
Oh, man, that was unreal. Mark it up. I tell you what, you need to archive that one for the highlight tape.
Oh, yeah, that is a keeper. You're correct.
Man, that was incredible.
Yeah.
And those plays will give your team a huge boost.
And that was Sprite bringing you the close-up on that big-time play. Here's Miracle Man. Sinks the three-pointer. Miracle Man's got 8 points here in this quarter.
I'm just so impressed with his focus, Kevin, because even with the defender flying at him, he still finds a way to hit those shots on the perimeter.
And you can't forget, this guy is always on the prowl defensively, looking to pick you off if you get too casual and loose with the ball. He kind of gets in your head that way.
Unloads, and he nails the jumper. Villanueva's got his second basket of the night. Memphis leading. Here's Miracle Man. And that one's good.
What an incredible quarter he's having. He's unstoppable right now.
There's no other way to put it, really. I mean, the Grizzlies just devoured the East last year. I mean, they had no problems at all when they had to go out of conference. Very impressive work against the Eastern Conference for the Grizzlies.
Grizzlies and devoured. Very good, Special K. Very good. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. To the inside. Intercepted. Allen kicks to Gasol. And that one's good. Gasol's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
He brought up the Grizzlies against the East, ended up with a 15-3 record as they really showed no weakness dealing with any team, Steve, along the way.
Yeah, and another thing to note that was interesting, Kevin, they were 5-0 against the Southeast Division, which is arguably the toughest in the East. So Memphis showing just how good of a team they were last year.
In low to Monroe. Pass to English. Screened by Maxiel. And the Miracle Man is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, we'll see what happens here. You got to be aware that's your second foul. Question is, do you keep him on the floor or not?
The Pistons making a change here. Bynum, the pass to Drummond. He dishes it to Maxiel. Pass to Middleton. Passes to Bynum. 6 on the shot clock. Maxiel dishes to Bynum. Shoots over Roten. Shot is blocked. And here's the break. Here's Miracle Man. That will count. He trained the shot right at the buzzer.
Cold-blooded. I mean, that's a big-time clutch bucket.
That is a prime-time play, guys. He got himself squared up and knocked down the shot, no problem.
And so we conclude the first half. Grizzlies lead by 9.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome to the halftime show. Glad you're with us. I'm Damon Bruce. Memphis on top against Detroit. A strong beginning to the season. They've wasted no time in getting off on the right foot. Everything going right for Miracle Man. If he keeps this pace up in the second half, this is going to be one we'll remember for a long time. And a resilient Pistons team is staying in it. They'd like to forget that first half. Coach has not been happy with what he's seen out there, and they'll likely come out with major adjustments. Not a great game for Rodney Stuckey. Not a lot of shots falling. He's under 30% on the night. And now a chance to make your selections for today's pick and win. That will be all for us. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see you next time.
And now the third quarter about to get going. Miracle Man having a dominant impact in this game.
Yeah, the points have really come in bunches for him so far, and not really a surprise because you know exactly what he can do.
Well, he's been in the groove all game long, Steve, and not too many hiccups in regards to his shooting, but we also have come to expect this from him, so we're not surprised by it.
Miracle Man in a two-guard. Tony Allen is out there with Arthur. And it's Conley, and it's Gasol. And at the 5, down low. So that's the group for Lionel Hollins as we begin the second half. Here's Miracle Man. He's guarded by Stuckey. Allen off a pick from Arthur. Here's Miracle Man. The shot is off. Prince with the defensive effort.
As great as they've been on the board so far, they just haven't found a way to get out on top.
Yeah, but if they continue to rebound, they can put together a little run here and cut into this lead.
Excellent execution of the plan there.
Well, Brandon Knight is an athletic combo.
What a throwdown there. Man. You know, that's something he's capable of every trip down.
And it's just impossible to get tired of.
Yeah, there's always this excitement, this aura that surrounds him, guys, and the crowd senses it.
And the replay, of course, presented by Sprite. What a play.
Yeah, we're now starting to see them get some high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 buckets inside the lane, so they're getting really high percentage looks down there.
He kicks to Conley. Memphis moving that ball around. And Gasol with the dunk.
The defense caught dozing off that time.
Those open dunks, pretty high percentage.
Yeah, you're not going to miss many of those. I mean, this is really a poor defensive effort.
Knight with it. Conley picks him up. Upside Prince. Over Allen. And there's Tayshaun Prince on the assist by Knight. Knight's got 6 assists in the game.
And still perfect here in the second half. 4 for 4 from the field.
Here's Miracle Man. He has 38 in the game. Feeds to Conley. Shot from the wing. Rebound, Detroit. Knight's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Stuckey. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Knight's got his 7th assist here tonight.
They're rolling now. 5 straight hoops to start this quarter.
Back to Conley. Gasol setting the pick for Conley. Doubled by Knight. Here's Miracle Man. 3-pointer. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
He's doing it all for them right now on the offensive side. No matter what the defense has done, they haven't been able to find an answer to stop him. And he's had an answer for every defense he's seen.
Here's Knight. 9 points in the game so far. He passes to Monroe. Prince with a screen on Gasol. Now Monroe. Clock at 6. Knight with it. Conley picks him up. They get it back. Maxeel. Good D by Gasol. And the Grizzlies leading by 6. Here's Miracle Man. This one for 3. Detroit with the rebound. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Pistons are trying to make some much-needed improvement defensively. Coach Lawrence Frank has given his players an interesting incentive, saying, quote, "We give the ultimate gold ticket to players. If we get stops, we just play out of basketball principles. We don't run set plays off of misses. So if I'm a player and I want freedom, I'm going to get stops." Kevin, this is an intriguing way to encourage that kind of effort on the defensive end.
Defense, maybe not as much fun as offense. So putting that carrot out there makes some sense. But Trey, that's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 8th assist in the game.
Even when they're D'ing him up, I mean, he's a very good shooter from out there.
The dish to Prince. Working on Allen. Shoots a fader. And that's Prince. That time on the assist by Knight. 8 points for Prince.
Right now,
here's Miracle Man. And the powerful one-handed slam.
and check out your point guard showing you major bounce above the rim.
How about this? The smaller the player, the bigger the highlight.
I love that.
And that was a highlight. Terrific finish.
Conley gets the bucket. And it's a 10-point Grizzly lead.
They've really caused a lot of trouble with their defense, and it's paying dividends for them at the other end.
Well, it's the old saying, good defense lead to good offense, and there's no question that's the case right now.
Here's Knight. But they'll get another chance. And here are the Grizzlies now. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip.
You know, I'll be anxious to see what ends up happening with that Spurs game. Should be a good one.
No breathing room at all to take that shot. You know, you look at how the Pistons season went, Kevin, and one of their big problems was getting anything of substance done on the road. I mean, just a terrible time for them finding points on the road.
Here's Miracle Man. Shoots from the baseline, and Bynum pulls it down.
Can't get a much better look than that, though.
Sure can't. Not one you'd expect him to miss there.
Knight kicks to Yarebko. Knight, he's guarded by Arthur. Free throw line jump shot. Goes up. And Jason Maxiell with the slam.
And Kevin, keep an eye tonight on how many plays he keeps alive for his club. Just the way he works, the way he moves, the way he anticipates plays before they happen. Constantly looking to get an offensive board.
And you know what? He's a guy who will put some wood on you now. He'll throw his weight around. Bodying him up play after play can really wear you down.
Pistons on the road, you're right. Clark did struggle. And as you said, Steve, you know, second lowest point total for them, beating out only the Bobcats. Wow.
Yeah, tough to win on the road when you can't score. You know, their defense.
Pistons trailed by 13. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Knight and Stuckey are manning the backcourt. Charlie Villanueva out there with Tayshaun Prince. And it's Monroe in at the center. The Pistons working the ball around now. Prince's shot is good.
Boy, a nice little trend developing here, fellas. I mean, that's 8 of their last 10 from inside the paint.
Yeah, they're getting high percentage look.
Oh,
look out!
Wow. He's definitely showing some real sweet dunking skills here.
Are you kidding me? Oh, my gosh. What a play.
Yeah, that was spectacular.
The Memphis Grizzlies had one of the better home records in the league last year. I mean, they were right there near the top of the league in terms of home wins. Very tough to beat. 26-7 was the record, Kevin.
Knight passes to Monroe. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul call. He'll shoot free throws. Brought back to Memphis at home. Those 26 wins at home, tied for the second most in the Western Conference. And it really let you know that they were one of the elite teams in the conference. Steve, an up-and-coming team, certainly.
Well, this is a very difficult arena to play in, and an underrated venue, I think, the FedEx Forum. It's a great place. The fans are rabid, and they love this young team that is so impressive and has such a bright future ahead.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Here's Knight. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And, Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there.
Miracle Man.
You know, even though he's bite-sized compared to the big man on the floor, he's done some really tall work on the boards.
Knight with it. Back to Stuckey. Makes the lead pass. Monroe's shot is good.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and then everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down.
Poke loose. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. Here's Bayless. The 17-footer goes down. And the Grizzlies lead by 11.
Another turnover and another hoop the other way.
You know, a lot of us they've given up, guys, have been the result of turnovers. And when you turn it over, there's no way to set your defense. Better offense will lead to better defense because you do have a chance to get set.
Monroe, no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 11. Here is Bayless. Here's Miracle Man. Kicks it to Arthur. Here's Miracle Man. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Miracle Man's got 55.
They're just giving up a ton of three-pointers.
Yeah, you know, it's tough to close out on a team when they space the floor and they've got guys that can shoot it that way and they've got it going, but you got to find a way.
Here's Prince. It's rebounded by Gasol. Gasol's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Now a timeout called by Memphis.
You know, last year the Pistons were a team that really lacked a go-to scorer. Just never really knew where their offense was going to come from game to game, and I think that had an effect on how they finished in the standings, no doubt.
I agree. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Lionel Hollins gave to his team during that last break. He was propping his guys up for their defensive pressure, saying, listen, the pressure you've put on them has been fantastic. Keep pestering them, keep forcing turnovers, and we'll be in a great position to win this thing.
And one place that not having a reliable score hurt them was against the West. Steve, they couldn't match the offense of a lot of the teams they faced.
Yeah, that's why they went 5-13 in games against Western Conference teams last year. But they need talent. They need more scoring offensively. So difficult to beat really talented teams just relying on your defense. They've got to get more firepower.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And the Miracle Man is going to pick up a foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
That's number 4 on him, and he's got to start being aware of how close he is to 6. I mean, he's got one more foul before being DQ'd, that is.
Monroe dishes to Stuckey. Dishes it to Monroe. 6 to shoot. And it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession. And here's what the Detroit Pistons schedule looks like. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
Some good matchups. And that Dallas Mavericks game, definitely one to be checking out.
A nice shot by Knight.
Beautifully executed play there to get that basket.
And the Grizzlies leading by 12. Here's Miracle Man, Gasol, and he converts the layup. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 10 rebounds. Now, here is Knight. Stuckey outside, looking to get back on track here. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, Rodney Stuckey is a guy who's steadily improved since entering the league. And last year, the Pistons reward him with a pretty big contract. A guy who can play either guard spot. And I think he's best suited as a scorer.
And so Stuckey nails both of them. And when you talk about Stuckey, he's butted heads with some of the coaches they've had in Detroit. But you know what, Clark, last season he seemed more comfortable.
You know what, he credited talking to a therapist with helping him out. And more, Kevin, we're seeing guys understand the benefit of having a mental expert that can talk about behavior and how that enhances performance, being more and more part of NBA teams and pro athletes. The mental has oftentimes been neglected in terms of how important it is to performance. I'm glad to hear him make that admission and share that with folks.
The feed to Allen. He feeds it to Gasol. Here's Miracle Man. For the 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
He's been so valuable for this team with plays like that one.
Pass to Middleton. The pass to Prince. Arthur's there. Prince kicks to Monroe. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Crowd not happy at all with that call, Clark.
You know what? I hope these officials, Steve, have thick skin, and I know they do because they're hearing it on that call.
And the Pistons making a change here. Maxiel's checked in, and that is good.
He's been so solid. You've got to keep him out there on the floor, really doing a nice job for the offense.
Knight passes to Monroe. It's Prince on the wing from about 19 feet, and the shot is good. Prince has got 6 points in the quarter, and the Grizzlies leading by 13.
Hammer time! Hammer time! Man, oh man, finishing with flavor.
Yeah, he put something extra on that one. You're right.
And the bench going wild, guys. They love it. What an amazing dunk.
And here is Knight. He dishes it to Maxiel. Prince kicks to Maxiel. Back to Prince. Passes it to Monroe. He kicks to Knight. Knight gets a screen from Monroe. Shoots off the screen. A shot by Knight, no good. Grizzly shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. Off target from outside. Pistons trailed by 15. Prince with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. Prince dishes to Knight. Feeds it to Stuckey. It's rebounded by Memphis. Here's Miracle Man. Lets it go from deep. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Bayless has got assist number 7 for him tonight. Now Knight. Monroe. Defended by Gasol. Knight kicks to Stuckey. Maxiel sets a screen for Stuckey. There's the dish to Monroe. Knight. With 1 on the clock. Gasol with the rebound. Here's Miracle Man. Here's the 3. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist. And the Grizzlies lead by 21.
A lot of the points they've given up have come on open threes like that one. And that has to be disconcerting and frustrating to their coach.
Well, they should know better. I mean, they read the scouting report. We can't leave these guys wide open on the perimeter.
Maxiel, the pass to Prince. Over Allen. And again, it's the Pistons missing. And the Grizzlies leading by 21. Here's Miracle Man. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist.
That's 9 straight points coming off 3 3-pointers. The defense just getting shelled.
Steve, the threes are killing him. I think they've got to find a way to chase him off the three-point line.
Knight with it. Kicks to Monroe. Back to Knight. Shoots over Bayless. Nice shot from 10 feet out.
You know, they're just getting hammered inside and really need to find a way to be tougher down there. They got to be physical. They got to man up in there.
I agree. I mean, you look at the points they're giving up. Most of them seem to be coming inside the paint.
Here's Miracle Man. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
That's 4 of their last 5 coming from long range. This offense is cooking.
Yeah, it's rolling, really rolling. And defensively, they kept collapsing, Steve, and leaving them open. So now they're in trouble. They're in a real dilemma now.
Prince setting a pick for Knight. Rodney Stuckey on the wing. Arthur grabs the board. Arthur's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
Shot seems to be a little awry today, just off a fraction. They've got to have him pick it up, though, and soon.
Miracle Man. His 3-pointers off the mark.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
Stuckey can't get it to go. Oh, and here we go. Bayless got it, the fast break chance. Stolen by Monroe. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Here's Miracle Man. 1:56 left to play here in the fourth.
What a quarter for him, and with this lead, I mean, they might as well just ride him the rest of the night.
Now, here is Knight. Tight defense on him. There's the bucket. Good. Monroe's got 8 points here in this quarter. And the Grizzlies leading by 23. Here's Miracle Man.
You know, one of the things about playing in the Western Conference, Kevin, is the travel can be very difficult. In the East, most of the cities are a lot closer together. But in the West, you can rack up some serious frequent flyer miles in a hurry because you're flying really all over the place.
That was a hole punch jam there, Kevin.
A nice finish.
Yeah, you got to love the way he just capped off that strong move.
From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Pistons. Knight's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Steve, as you said, all that travel can take a toll on a team. Still, usually the West has done better in the past against the East.
Well, Kevin, obviously talent has a lot to do with it. I mean, if you've got great talent, you're going to be able to win more games on the road, regardless of how far you have to travel. But I do think there is a toll on teams like Portland or Miami that are, you know, really tucked away in far corners of the country and have longer trips throughout the season.
Gets it to go.
And right now, he can do no wrong. Everything's working for him this quarter.
Here's Miracle Man. Launches a three, and that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless.
And that one should remove all doubt about the outcome of this game. This thing's over.
Now it's just a matter of what the winning margin's going to be.
Back to Prince. He passes to Stuckey. The Pistons working the ball around now. Monroe's shot is good.
Now, they probably needed more of this earlier, guys. I don't think there's enough time left to get back into the game.
Guys, this is really a case of too little too late, but at least it gives them something to work off of going into the next game.
Here's Miracle Man. Fires for three. No good there. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Miracle Man.
Well, congratulations on winning Player of the Week once more. It has to be a nice validation to you seeing the level you've been playing at recently.
Yeah, I guess it's a nice honor. It don't mean much in the long run, though, to tell you the truth. I mean, who's going to remember in 2 or 3 years that I won a few Player of the Week awards, really? So, man, I just take it, say thank you, and move on. It's cool, but no sense in making it out to be anything bigger than it really is, you feel me?